Well, it's still here on Pulse. My name is Benedict Owusu. We talk some sports news now. Today, we are discussing Accra Hearts of Oak. Our focus, obviously, will be on Accra Hearts of Oak because of how well they are doing in the Ghana Premier League. As I speak to you now, Hearts of Oak are on top of the Ghana Premier League table after match day 21 with 38 points. Well, they are winning week in, week out. Their last game they played was against Kumasi at Asante Kotoko Adebaba Stadium, which they drew. Before that game, Hearts had gone away to defeat Sekondi Azakes by a goal to nil, and also played against Bokum Chelsea at the Accra Sports Stadium last week Wednesday, where they won by a goal to nil. So you look at the last few matches Accra Hearts of Oak have played. Out of a possible 9 points, they've managed to take 7, which is very laudable if you ask me. Well, today we are privileged to have in the studio a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak, and also he doubles as a member of the strategy committee, Mr. Frank Nelson. Thanks so much for joining me here on Pulse.
Pleasure.
Always a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
First of all, I just want to find out from you. I mean, you must be very delighted with the rate at which things are going for your club. After match day 21, you're leading the Premier League table with 38 points.
Well, Benedict, I will tell you, we in the club, not just myself, I think everybody, judging from where we came from last season, it's not that it's a new situation that we are confronting, because Accra Hearts of Oak, we all know as a champion club, but we all know the situation that confronted us last season. That was not the best for us, and finding ourselves today on top of the league table is not a surprise, but at the same time it's a surprise. We're all delighted, we're happy to find ourselves in this position, because we thought last season was, a dark period for Accra Hearts of Oak, but thank God we have found ourselves in this position. I think we'll be able to maintain.
But what do you think swiftly changed for your club? Because last season, as you noted, things were not well, supporters were not coming to the stadium, but now almost at all your matches, whether you play at the Accra Stadium or you go away, get a lot of fans coming to the stadium. What do you think have changed?
Well, first of all, we must look at the club. The club, first, our supporters in all standard, whatever they want, is 3 points to make sure that the club is winning. As soon as you are winning, and then you find that the supporters will follow you to wherever you are going, and more importantly, when they think they have the belief in the technical bench you have and the players you have, some of the players attract the supporters to the stadium. So when you get the right players, the technical, and then the management is doing what they're supposed to do in terms of support, in terms of going along with the supporters, then you find out that the supporters will always follow you.
Okay, so you're still here on Pulse. We are having a discussion with a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak. He doubles as a member of the strategic committee. That's Mr. Frank Nelson. Well, I mean, the reason why today we brought in Mr. Frank Nelson is about Mr. Vincent So Odete. He is the chairman of the strategic committee. Remember, some time back he used to be the general manager of Accra Hearts of Oak. He left and now came back as the chairman of the strategic committee. Well, this morning Hearts of Oak released a press statement stating that now Mr. Vincent So Odete is their new acting managing director. So what went into his appointment? We know he came in as a member of the strategic committee, which you are part of, and now he's the managing director. What went into that appointment?
Well, thank you very much. It's a very good question. I think demands some answer. First of all, we all know Vincent Odete. He's been with us, and he's still a member of Accra Hearts of Oak. Whether he's in or out, he still supports Accra Hearts of Oak. But since we're all in the strategic committee, since he came back, we all been members of the strategic committee. We used to have Gerard Daka, who used to be the managing director of Accra Hearts of Oak. But you must understand and follow me, with a club that is serious like Accra Hearts of Oak, where we want to take the club, the people who meet outside the world, the corporate institutions we want to associate with, and publicly we are trying to go to the public to ask people that we want more money. So we will not be able to have that type of leadership where you say you have a group of people or you have a committee leading your club. So it was a decision that the board looked at and said, look, what do we do? How do we go about it? Let's come around and be able to think on what to do. In the strategic committee, do we have somebody who have the competency? All of us, yes, have the competency to lead the Accra Hearts of Oak. But at the end of the day, the board decided, well, Vincent Odete So is our chairman for the strategic committee, and we all looked at it and said, look, there's still time, he has time to do it, and I think we can do it. So for us, the seriousness Accra Hearts of Oak is looking at, we're not just looking at doing business in Ghana, we're trying to look business outside the world. So we must be able to convince the business world outside to tell them that this is a serious because I mean, we travel in and out, we meet corporate institutions, people who are interested in the club, but your structure equally must show that discipline that you're a serious club. So appointing So Odete into the acting managing director of Accra Hearts of Oak is one of the models that we think that will help us to leverage and be able to show to the world that at least this is a serious company, that at all time you have somebody to lay. And yes, as a committee we are working effectively, nothing was missing. He's a member of the committee.
I mean, you just made mention of the committee. I mean, he is the chairman of the strategy committee, and now a new role as managing director. Don't you think that's too much of a work for Odote?
Well, I don't think it's the same job we're all doing. We are the strategy committee still doing the work. We're all working together, but at the end of the day, it's just a change of leader, a change of name, or a change of position in terms of name. We decided, okay, we will not want to, because there are so many questions. People say, I mean, in terms of, you have a board chairman, you have board of directors, who are the managing directors of the club. You find that question a very difficult question to answer. And I will say, look, all of us cannot be acting at the same time. Yeah. We cannot have 4 people acting as managing directors. So let one person do the job.
And in the first statement you released, you stated that he's going to act for some time until they get a substantive managing director. So how long is he going to be in that acting role?
Well, we are looking at time, because I mean, you know Odote so well, you know his responsibility, and you know what he's trying to achieve in terms of other side of it. So we will not be able to say, well, we zero for you for 2 years, because nobody knows tomorrow. He might be able to be the candidate that will be selected in his constituency, and again, then you have a problem. But at the end of the day, Accra Suffolk, we are still searching. If at the end of the day, I'm not speaking for the board, but as a board member of Accra Suffolk, I know that I wish him well. I want him to achieve what he wants to achieve. As me being an MP is something for us to say that one of my colleagues is in the parliament, so that I can rush in and say, look, this is my colleague, and things can be done. But if at the end of the day it turns the other way, I mean, we are not God. He still have the experience to lead Accra Suffolk. So maybe by then the board might decide to say, well, you are still son of the soil, you are still son of the club. We can equally confirm the appointment, but that does not stop us from looking for somebody equally. We're still searching if there's somebody at the end of the day that maybe at the end of the season that somebody can come in.
So finally, let's look at this briefly before we go. Now we're leading the Premier League table with 38 points. We've got 9 more matches to go. What are you going to do to ensure that you stay there and win the league? The last time you won the league was in 2008.
Yeah, actually 2008-2009 season. That's the first Glow Premiership trophy that we won this. First of all, Benedict, you must acknowledge, for me, our home ground, Ohinijan Stadium, has been a difficult task for us. We've lost most of our points at home. Yeah. And I think for us to be serious and to make sure that we chase what we are chasing. Away games, we are trying to do the best. I mean, for this season, we have not lost any match away, and I think that is a very good record for Accra Suffolk. But we find that at home, we struggle to get points. Even when you are going to win, it's difficult for us. So I think one of the reasons we have to do to make sure that to buckle all situation that has been an impediment for us at Ohinijan Stadium. If we begin to do that and get all the 3 points at Ohinijan Stadium, since the away points are easy for us to get, I mean, then it's easy for us to achieve what we want to achieve.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, for joining me here on Pulse. So that was Mr. Frank Nelson. He's a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak, and he spoke about how now they have to, start winning their home games. Well, Accra Hearts of Oak have a home game tomorrow at the Accra Sports Stadium. They are playing against Ashanti Gold, defending champions of the Ghana Premier League, in a midweek fixture at the Accra Sports Stadium. So that's it by way of updating you on Accra Hearts of Oak, and also the discussion as to what they are doing to ensure they stay on the Ghana Premier League table, and also the appointment of Vincent Soa Odote as the acting managing director of the club. Just briefly,